拳头应该是这个东西吧，因为我好像跟他交手了有8次，但是8次全输了就。
Just once, Frosker, and that's all he wants. Just one victory. Can we give this man a victory? I mean, they're at match point now. You can potentially take it.
It's like the one standard question that all of our LPL mid laners get asked is, what LPL mid laner are you most excited to face? And every single answer is always Rookie. He is definitively the best mid laner in the LPL, but Yagao should feel pretty good after that last performance. Of course, I believe that zoom on our screen right now.
Yagao should feel pretty good after the last 2 games he played. Maybe not so much the Mordekai's after they got invaded. But did look up like a promising strategy.
That wasn't his fault.
As you mentioned, JD trying to innovate, trying to change things around. They did in game number 1. They pulled things back for game 2, and they looked very solid. Yagao got into one of his signature champions, Zoe, which he reigned terror with last split, and did really well, was very comfortable. We should see a very similar thing from JD in game 3.
Yeah, and it's really important that we start to put a magnifying glass on some of these cracks that we're seeing in Invictus Gaming. You know, they're still unable to team fight. And with the Shy, yeah, they went on these crazy record-breaking streaks, but ultimately, they also didn't team fight that much. You know, it's much more about the 1-3-1 or the 1-4 style of meta. So even if the Shy rejoins the team, would that actually fix Invictus Gaming's weakness?
And we know that Invictus Gaming, they've been trying to experiment with their playstyle as well. But the aggression that we saw from game 1 just worked for them. Hopefully we can see more aggression from them coming into game number 3. Match point between JD as well as IG. Swapping sides this time, however. JD, they're going to be on the blue side of the rift, banning away Draven, Lucian, as well as Irelia.
So we might finally get to see red side Rookie. And what will the priority pick be? I completely agree if they lock in the Zoe like we were talking about in game number 2. I feel like Zoe is the best case blind pickable mid laner. She's very safe. She has a lot of wave clear, a lot of early river control, so you don't completely lose control of the Scuttle Crab.
Ooh.
But there's the Rookie special.
Come on. We talked about how Yagao is this playmaker. He sets up his team for success all the time, and he's really good at it. But Invictus Gaming say, you know, we've got Rookie. We don't need to be a playmaker when we can just break your legs, and he's picked up Yasuo to do just that.
And it's no more Lulu. We're not going to play these secondary supports. Get out of here with this Vladimir. Let's go back to basics, and let's remind everyone why Rookie is the best, and possibly one of the best Yasuo players in the world, and they tag it with an Alistar.
Picked up by Baolan in the bottom lane, so the combo is there and available for Rookie. Later on, this match was a champion that has been banned out during the second ban rotation by JD, but now a priority pick for IG.
Now that said, we are assuming that it's going to be Rookie because they keep stacking into it. You know, now they've got the Lee Sin. It's a classic combo with the jungle and the mid laner. Lee Sin ramps and rushes to level 6 and then just rocks into the mid lane, hits the ultimate, and Yasuo takes someone down. But again, it's 8-11. That could still be Jackie Love's champion.
Potentially. We even saw Yasuo being played on the top side of the map few patches ago, here and there. Not too common, but let's see where IG decide to take that champion. We'd definitely want to see it being played on Rookie. I know the crowd really wants to see it being played on Rookie as well.
I would feel cheated if Rookie didn't pick up his Yasuo. But like you said, we've seen Yasuo in top in ADC, just as recent as Demacia Cup, terrorizing solo queue. But back to the Lee Sin pick. Again, 8-11, Lee Sin has also had a lot of quality life changes to him now. His CDR feels a little bit better. Constantly he's been getting these little buffs, and so I'm glad to see Lee Sin kind of take space back into the meta. It still can prioritize not just farming junglers, but ganking junglers. And there's these good windows that as the junglers are spending more time at level 2, that Lee Sin can exploit that.
It was played during the OPL, and on top of that, now that the meta is very mid to early game focused, that's what Lee Sin tends to shine, so it makes sense that he's coming back into the meta as well.
No.
Last few oh no! I was excited for the LeBlanc, but then I realized that means that Yasuo is not going to be played in the mid lane for Rookie. Kai'Sa as well as Vladimir with the final 2 bans from JD. IG banner all up well Xin Jiao, so targeting Klid's champion pool. We haven't talked about JD's first 3 picks as well, which was the Lovers Duel in the bottom lane once again for Loken and Lumao.
Yeah, the lane dominance there. It looks like an exact rinse and repeat from game number 2 for JD Gaming, especially if that Mundo gets locked in. But it wasn't just me, it was also the crowd, just the sigh of defeat. The fact that we're like that when we still see Rookie's LeBlanc,
no,
that's still an incredible champion.
There's a Lee Sin, a LeBlanc, and a Yasuo. We're upset in the LPL here, Frosker, and how is that possible? But not going to see Rookie play the champion here today unless Jackie Love does something funky with LeBlanc in the bottom lane. With Olaf being banned out by IG, JD now have to go to a different jungler from the one they used in game number 2. Looking towards Skarner as one of the priority picks, gets locked in.
Fits perfectly with their composition. It's all about the poke and particularly the pick. The core of the composition is the Zoe and the Skarner and how they play around the objectives. In Invictus Gaming, they are going straight back to lane kingdom. It is all about lane dominance. Yasuo ADC, LeBlanc, old school LeBlanc, or I guess new old school LeBlanc in the mid lane, and Aatrox returning to Duke's hands in top.
I'm a little bit frightened here for Oscar, and that is an aggressive team composition from Invictus Gaming. JD, they look like they want to sit back, relax for a little bit, go into the team fights that we saw they had in game number 2. IG just want to kill someone. And I want to kill someone from the very start of this match.
Yeah, throw it all out the window. All eyes really do need to be on Ning. However, he is going to be kind of the core of this team and how they're going to respond to their lanes, because all of them want to play aggressive. He's got a ton of CC, a ton of kill pressure there. So where is he going to strike first? Is he going to create that safety net for Aatrox to just mindlessly push and fight in the top lane? Is he going to camp Rookie's lane and help unlock this roaming LeBlanc? Or is it going to be all about the Alistar, Yasuo, hard CC, consistent CC in the bot lane?
And that's something we're going to talk about for a bit during this match. Yasuo Alistar in the bottom lane. We saw a bit of it during Demacia Cup. We know that it's a possibility. Well, didn't quite expect to be playing during day 1. We have it in the first set of day 1 of the LPL.
I know it has nothing to do with Caps, but I'm really going to take a moment to just blame Caps for ruining my League of Legends experience. So many Yasuos running around. Of course, the itemization changes. Infinity Edge, the Zeal items getting changed up. It was kind of a question of, would that force Yasuo out, or how would he deal with it? And there is still some flexibility. You know, checking in on his items, a lot of the pros are going for the traditional Eye-Edge Phantom Dancer, but sometimes you do see that Storm Razors cropping up, and it's a very interesting initial power spike item, so I have a feeling it'll be standard from the ADC Yasuo and JackeyLove's hands, but we will keep our eye on it.
Who knew that we make an item for AD carries and bottom lane marksmen and all the assassins and mid lane bruisers say, you know what, that item that we made 48, that's mine now. I'm going to take that, that's going to be mine, I'm going to use it and destroy everybody with it. Let's see what this bottom lane Yasuo is going to be doing from JackeyLove, though. We have to keep track of the up against a more traditional bottom lane of Xayah and Rakan. IG throwing the kitchen sink once again, an incredibly aggressive team composition. JD trying to use what worked for them in game number 2. Match point, let's go into the rift for game number 3.
I just love taking turns, the respect. It's always blue side team that goes first. You know, it's been Invictus Gaming fans first both times, but everyone just recognizes, you know, there's a gentleman's agreement. We're on blue side, JD goes first.
I mean, the manager from JD, incredibly loud, incredibly powerful, getting the troops to rally behind JD, but IG, they have packed out the arena. Tons of fans here to support Invictus Gaming. Get onto the rift for game number 3, taking a look at some of the keystones here. Conqueror for Aatrox as well as Yasuo, as well as Electrocute for both Lee Sin and LeBlanc. Zoe even going for the Electrocute as well.
Inspiration second, however, for Aatrox. Again, checking on pro builds, it's been kind of a lot of inspiration, some of the resolve, so people still trying to kind of figure out these little windows that they can wiggle around with the runes and masteries before everything settles down and becomes stock standard. And that's kind of what's really exciting about the 8-11 meta. I know a lot of people were complaining about the start of Spring Split, you know, the meta's so stale, no one likes stopwatch. In the LPL, we were having a grand old time.
Yeah, we loved the stopwatch. Stopwatch was fantastic to watch in the LPL. Because it meant that at level 6, at 6 minutes into the game, somebody was going to die.
Which means that 8-11, I was incredibly excited coming in today, curious what we're going to see, and I feel like it just hasn't been crazy enough for my taste.
What?
Although,
Did you watch game 1? Hello?
Seeing a Yasuo might turn things around for me. Hold on, mid
Potentially.
lane.
However, the mid lane Rookie's taking a lot of damage. Just as the old new LeBlanc, so the clone passive does come into play, goes invisible, throws the clone to the side. Rookie lives to fight another day, but good trading patterns coming out from Yekka.
The fact that old new LeBlanc has to be our describer right now.
Goodness.
But yeah, Yagao said he wanted to go toe-to-toe with Rookie and already starting out very strong early on in this lane phase. But back to Yasuo, please switch down there. The cool thing about Yasuo is they've also put a lot of power back into some of his abilities. I believe it's his Q. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The slicey.
The slicey.
That's the one.
Yeah, I got the thumbs up from Raz. I don't play Yasuo. It could have been his E for all I know. He dashes, he slicey. He's got a lot of damage put back onto that ability.
Yeah, he's way too mechanically intense for me.
Which means that even though you would assume that with the item changes to Infinity Edge and the Zeal items and Phantom Dancer that Yasuo would have gotten weaker, he's almost stronger than he's ever been on the initial one item, as well as then scaling just fine into the 2 items. And again, if the meta is shortened, if we're ending games at 20 minutes, Yasuo just gets to be an absolute terror Terra, and then on top of that, have more power on just his stock abilities.
I mean, Infinity Edge now doubles your crit. That was already Yasuo's passive,
Quadruple.
so he gets quadruple crit. I don't think Yasuo players would be too sad about that, but Ning has found a wraparound in the bottom lane. Lumao as well as Loken don't know that Lee Sin is here. Balan jumps in, gets the first engage. Loken flashed away and the stun's going to come through. Ning jumps in, cripples the ground, slows down both the AD carry support. First blood's going to be picked up by JackeyLove. They even get the teleport out of Zoom in the bottom lane.
And JackeyLove disengages with a nice little tornado right there as Mundo completes the teleport. He's going to lose huge here. Duke still has his TP, lets the wave crash in. It is now, I want to call it a soft proxy farm behind the tower.
Look, I can hear the Mandarin casters from here, Frosker, and they're as confused as you are at the moment because Zoom tried to complete that teleport, got nothing for it.
You know, in the wise words of Kobe, I think the teleport kind of sucked.
Pretty much. It's fairly accurate.
It's definitely going to hurt, and so we'll see how that impacts Zoom as the game goes later on. Again, Aatrox is a really binary champion. If he's able to get ahead in lane, if he's able to split push and has kill pressure on you, which level 3 to level 5 right now at 4 minutes in the game, that's devastating.
Ning's going to be put to sleep here, but gets a nice little camp with the Raptors, goes to bed there. You're talking about Aatrox having that level advantage. His first item is going to be Executioner's Calling. So Dr. Mundo's ultimate, when he does end up getting it, it's not going to be relevant anymore.
Duke understanding that he has the lead right now, that his foot is on Mundo's throat, and he's going to continue to press down. So then the question is, if he's going to play aggressive and be forward, you can see already placing Vision down into the river. We're getting a look at his runes right now. Is Ning going to give Duke some support? Because you would assume that Klid's going to have to come up here at some point and help dig him out. But Mundo and Skarner, they don't necessarily have the tools, especially early on in the game, to punish a forward Aatrox.
You can see the inspiration runes that were being picked up by Aatrox were crucial to his push. He's already used one when Zoom went for the teleport to make that push happen nice and early. But in the bottom lane, JackeyLove in some trouble. Forced to flash away from Lumao's engage. Balan going to get locked down by Skarner. No level 6 available for Klid. Means that he can't collapse and pull the Alistar back. Balan trying to disengage, knock JD back into this fight, but JackeyLove wants to reinitiate because the teleport's coming out from Duke. Getting to the bottom lane, jumps forward, tries to go for Lumao. Splits apart from his AD carry. JackeyLove doesn't get the tornado done, does not get the knock up, and gives Zoom some more time to survive at the top side of the map.
That was really well played by a lot of members, but I really want to highlight Balan there, making sure that he saved his W and held it to push the Skarner away, and then able to safely walk out of that fight. Again, kind of a confusing teleport. I feel like it made more sense for Duke to complete the teleport in this instance than it did for Zoom. But this does mean that Zoom now gets to kind of give some revenge back. He pushes the wave in, has a bit of a soft proxy farm, is able to get back onto even footing in terms of the items, and isn't at such a huge disadvantage anymore.
Take that, you filthy Aatrox. Go and farm that wave I push underneath the turret now. Well, he's been able to catch up with some experience, but still down in creeps at the moment. Duke's going to return to lane. Didn't get too big of a buy off the back of the small gank here at the bottom lane. A little bit of disconnect between him and JackeyLove. He went for the AD carry support, retreating through the river. JackeyLove was still chasing Klid on that Skarner. Yakal gets jumped on by Rookie. Ning's going to go through as well. Jumps in as the teleport comes back. Ning takes the turret, but Rookie gets a kill in the mid lane.
Trying to do the best that he could to make good of a 2v1 situation from Yagao, but like you said, it's Rookie who ends up with a kill, and Balan also making his classic drive-by. This is a pretty staple move from Balan. He's one of our more roam-oriented supports in the LPL, and he has this move where most supports will walk towards the bottom side of mid lane, which is technically what Balan did in that instance, but Balan normally likes to walk towards the top side, because more often than not, it's not warded, and he gets a surprise gank on the mid lane.
Which means he'll go through the two inner turrets in the mid lane over to Raptor camp, and then go for the flank, which most teams do not expect.
These two are nuts.
He also has Hextech Flash available, so he's looking to try and see if we can flash over that Raptor camp. You know, his flash is on cooldown, but Zoom now in some trouble. They're going to collapse onto underneath this turret. Duke taking the turret hits, but he has his passive available. Takes down Dr. Mundo, lives to fight another day.
Yeah, had the Aatrox, what is it, Resurrection right there? That's what we'll call it.
The Blood Well.
The Resurrection right there, and then likewise the fact that Lee Sin also had ultimate after that skirmish in the mid lane, so understanding that they had a lot of flat damage, they had the ability to tank the tower, and that they could punish Mundo for being pushed in.
Perfect punish. On top of that, Zoom trying to use his ultimate to regenerate as much health as possible, but Duke's Executioner Calling cut that in half. So no possibility for him to survive that gank on the top side of the map. Checking the bottom lane again. Loken as well as Lima. They were very aggressive at level 1, as we expected from the Xayah Rakan combo, but Balan played it nice, took headbutt at level 1. Basically knocked back Loken as soon as he tried to get enough damage onto JackeyLove, and now this bottom lane, it's fairly equal. JackeyLove's going to be able to farm up a Storm.
And I think between all of the bruiser combinations that we've seen in the bot lane, that Alistar Yasuo might be one of my favorites, simply because with the double relic in tandem with Triumphant Roar, it's actually really hard to punish these two melee champions. Because you're correct, Xayah Rakan, they walk into the lane, they're usually going to get control over the wave, be able to push harder, and then try to use their range advantage to punish the melee champions, you know, before Yasuo has access to the wind wall and things like that. But between the passive healing from Alistar and then the relic shield, there's just so much built-in sustain to get them through any tough part of the lane phase, and then have so much kill threat now that they're level 6.
I mean, JackeyLove even has the refillable potion now. Balon has 5 stacks of minions and materializers to work with if they need to trim the wave against Loken and Luma. Loken's understood the composition he's up against now. Already has that stopwatch. Was not sure if that was picked up through his runes or if he bought that, but makes sense when everyone from Invictus Gaming is trying to kill you.
We'll see how he uses it in tandem with the Xayah ultimate.
It's probably going to be when he goes aggressive instead of trying to use it for what it's meant to be used for, which is staying alive.
The fact that he also has the exhaust in response to the Yasuo Alistar lane, so he's got exhaust, his Xayah ultimate, as well as a stopwatch. He's like, please do not kill me.
The only further protection you could probably get from there is if Luman went for heal instead, but it's Ignite that's picked up by Rakan.
Classic supports, bloodthirsty animals.
Also helps out if they were able to get that upper hand in the melee range advantage. That Exhaust Ignite could help them in the bottom lane. Doesn't work out for JD.
And we're having some of our questions answered. You know, I was curious if Clid would try to help a brother out and zoom in the top lane, but he has just been perma-parked down here for JackeyLove and Balan.
Looking to collapse. JackeyLove gets engaged on, takes a lot of damage. Loken gets that first kill. Balan has the ultimate available, should be able to run away. Knocks the Skarner backwards. Clid not able to lock him down any further forward, but JD get a pick on the bottom side of the map.
And look, Loken and Mao, frankly, for this entire series, have had a great read on Balan and JackeyLove and understanding how aggressive this duo likes to play, and then having their jungler available to punish it. Now, meanwhile, that does mean that Mundo Zoom on the top side must give respect, recognizing that, hey, my jungler's bottom means strong side of the map is IG for top side, and they're trying to trade objectives.
Balan's trying to defend his turret all by himself. However, 3 members of JD are there. They take him down nice and easy. Duke still trying to let as many minions as possible die. And first turret is going to go to Invictus Gaming.
And again, magnifying on kind of the cracks of Invictus Gaming. It's not just their team fight that looks suspect in this series. It's now Balan and JackeyLove's decision-making as Rookie comes to save the day.
And a teleport coming out from Duke. We have Zoom trying to jump into fight spot. Lumal's gone. He got obliterated for some of his earth. There's that stopwatch use. But for what, Loken? You've got nowhere to run. Double kill for Rookie. He wants a third, but Duke's going to pick it up. IG get 3 kills.
And Duke and Rookie just putting Invictus Gaming on their back right now. JackeyLove and Balan, shaky bot lane after shaky bot lane, but it's okay because Papa Rookie's here to save the day.
3-0-2 on LeBlanc. Going for another Medjai's here. Darkseal was picked up nice and early. He's stacking that up. He should upgrade the item later on. Even being aggressive against Yak on this mid lane. He's going to go to sleep. Redemption's going to come through, get a bit of damage onto Rookie, but that's about it. Yangar does disengage successfully using his own Summoner spell of Flash.
I just love how Rookie face tanked the bubble, just knowing that Lee Sin was in his back pocket. They're going to try to force it, but now control reverted because of Rookie's roam bottom towards the bottom side of the map. Means that they do have access over this Mountain Dragon.
Naji set up for it. Control wards have been placed down. JackeyLove is not close to the objective, but is moving down towards the bottom side of the map. His turret is fairly low. Bottom lane out of turret on the side of JD Gaming. Is also incredibly low at the moment, but Dragon should be picked up. No contest coming out. Rakan's going to try and throw a cheeky Q over the wall. It doesn't work.
Very controlled between Balan and Ning, and now it's a question of, you know, where do we strike first? Because instead we're going to go straight into a replay.
This is where the teleport came in, and Rookie just picks up so many kills in this fight.
And good response and synergy from Duke and Rookie. One of the interesting things about Duke when he first joined Invictus Gaming, because he was the OG top laner for this team, is that he actually was super well-timed on his TPs. A lot of the time when we see, you know, Korean imports coming into the LPL, there is that communication issue, and they're not quite as synced up as they need to be. So they do find within their laning phase, but when it comes to grouping, they tend to fumble or come apart at the seams. That has not been Duke's problem. When I say that Invictus Gaming are poor team fighters, it's not because of what Duke is doing. He's always always been good at responding to the team with teleports.
And I mean, he had a shaky teleport to start this match, but that teleport there was classy coming out from Duke, able to help them pick up all those kills on the bottom side of the map. He's picked up a Trinity Force for himself as the first item for Aatrox. Not going towards the Titanic Hydra we saw him pick up in game number 1. This time wants to be even more aggressive, have even more damage as they bruise on the top side of the map. Hextech Flash over the wall. Predator even being picked up, I believe, by Balan there. Oh no, Predator being used, sorry, by Clid. Confused by the keystones there, Frostgreen. Don't mind me, I'm just a player of the
I was laughing. I was like, he's
what?
looking at all the images right now, all the signs flashing. Yeah, sometimes I play League of Legends and it feels like I'm going down Las Vegas. Just see all these neon blinking. It's the worst when DJ Sona's in the game.
It's too much to take in. Luma's been caught out here though. Rookie's gonna lock him down. Where did he go?
See ya, nerd.
My goodness, just destroys Luma. Catches him with one chain, follows through over the wall. 4-0-2. Rookie on this LeBlanc.
And why that's important is because so many of the pressure points are being attacked on JD's map right now. They are hemorrhaging gold, where it looked like they had gotten it going bottom lane, that they were able to fight back, and Invictus Gaming have just swung back hard with Rookie. It's bot lane tower now gone, mid lane tower not gone, and this LeBlanc 4-0-2 with open access to the map.
Look, game number 2 looked good for JD when they were up against a very similar team comp. Game 1 did not. Game 3 is about to be a repeat of what happened in that first match. IG have taken out every single outer turret, 8,000 gold ahead, and Yagao, he's lost the Rookie 8 times for Oscar, and this could be the 9th.
And this is why, you know, it made sense that JD were able to find a win in game number 2, because Invictus Gaming, they went towards a slower traditional composition. JD went towards a slower composition, but now when JD decided to, again, kind of coast back, wait for the scaling opportunities, looking more towards these 5v5s and these, you know, farther out item breakpoints, Invictus Gaming are just breakneck speed through this game. And ultimately, in the 8-11 meta, even if you're not playing the weird champions, which we do have some of them here, you're still competing with all of these extra resources on the map. You know, Skull Crab is still worth far more than ever before. Baron is that much easier, more accessible to take. So if you have, you know, all of these outer towers down and your ability to rock up to it becomes that much stronger. So still showcasing that even if you're not playing the weird stuff, still play fast.
Still, the problems consists for JD, which is even though IG can look towards objectives like the Baron, it's 15 minutes in. Rift Herald is their target next. They can be able to take that down, and JD have to hold on somehow against a 7,000 gold deficit this early into the match.
That's a Rift Herald that they get to use on an inner turret.
Scuttle Crab even going to be taken down by Ning. That means that Clint is slowly going to bleed when it comes to experience, already a level behind his counterpart under Lee Sin. Loken's trying to farm up whatever resources he can. Has the SS Reaver complete, but he's up against Jaculov at Phantom Dancer. It's done. QSS even complete for Jaculov in case he gets into a sticky situation.
And the fact of the matter is that Jaculov's not really responsible for the core damage right now. It's really all about this LeBlanc and how hard she's going to hit. So Jaculov still has plenty of time that he can, you know, divert from his build path, go for that QSS, feel comfortable doing that before he needs to be that primary damage threat when you have an Aatrox and a LeBlanc on your team.
I mean, LeBlanc looks great, but Aatrox farming up a Storm. 40 CS ahead of Dr. Mundo at the moment, Trinity Force complete. Even Lee Sin. Ning has Warrior's Enchantment as well as the Hex Drinker complete. Plenty of damage to go around this early into the match on an aggressive jungler. And they're trying to make a play onto Yagao on this bottom lane. Yagao in trouble. He might still die here. Ignite is ticking, and it's ticked through. Rookie gets another kill.
And Rookie showcasing that LeBlanc can do pretty much exactly what Zoe can do. And it's almost like whatever you can do, I can do better. Not quite the same range as CC, but hold on.
JD tried to collapse. They lock down Ning, pull him back towards turret range. He flashes, tries to get a kick, but it's all for naught. Clid gets a return kill in the bottom lane, trying to stop the bleeding. But Loken, his health bar just disappeared after one distortion from LeBlanc.
Classic overextension from Ning. Meanwhile, Invictus Gaming still sieging objectives and now going in.
There goes Jaculov, jumps in, and once again Lumao. It's deja vu for the support of JD Gaming because he gets obliterated once more. Rift Herald still pushing in this mid lane.
And it's not just an inner tower that they got to use the Herald on. It's an inhib turret that's about to fall before for 18 minutes in the game. Wind wall is up, they deny any sort of counterplay, and they're hitting the inhib.
They're trying to get as much damage onto this inhibitor as possible. Rift Herald goes to the play, Clid gets jumped on, Rookie tries to collapse, gets taken down the chain, connects, goes through, tether complete, the damage is there. IG get another Rookie, still going back in, trying to lock down. Zoom doesn't have enough burst damage. Rift Herald will get one final charge, but IG take that inhibitor. And they're going to try and set up for a game-winning push. 11,000 gold ahead of JD just 18 minutes into the match.
Just hemorrhaging anything. And they can't even walk towards the Baron because it's 2 minutes before it spawns. That's a Dragon up in 8 seconds.
No, make it stop. Lumel just check the bushy, but he doesn't know. Rookie's right behind him. 100 to nothing real quick. Rookie gets another one. 7-0-3.
Back to my statement, anything Zoe can do, LeBlanc can do better. Obviously, they have some differences in their kit, how they play it around, but the core idea of a champion with high burst damage that is able to have long-range pick potential and play around vision and just completely dominate dark maps exists there. So Rookie doing very much what Yagao wish he could be doing at this stage in the game, and nowhere is safe for JD on this map.
No, nowhere is safe, and they're stuck inside their base at the moment. Lumel just showed it right there. Tried to check to see if that brush was clear. Threw out his cube, hit nobody, so he thought it was safe, but Rookie was playing 3D chess. Knew that he had to wait right behind there, got the collapse, and it's just snowballing out of control.
It is an mid-inhib down, double mountain with Baron spawning in 52 seconds. This has to be the miracle hold from JD, which they have done in the past. They are a pretty decent red zone defense type of team. I recall them holding this line against Edward Gaming last split. But it's a different animal on 8-11.
And it's not just one miracle they're looking for, Froster, and they're looking for a series of unfortunate miracles to go up against Invictus Gaming, because one team fight's going to net you somewhat of a stabilization, but IG will still be incredibly far ahead. It's not just the 10,000 gold lead, 12,000, all the objectives for them to take. They're looking for even more inner turrets.
And they're not even looking towards the Baron because I feel like they don't even need it. They're just like, we're strong enough, we have kill pressure on pretty much anyone we hit right now, so let's just keep hitting them.
They split apart the map. They send Ning as well as Duke towards top side, taking down the top lane inner turret. Bottom lane inner is going to be under siege by Jacula, Balan, as well as Rookie. JD don't quite know where they're meant to defend.
Yeah, someone definitely needs to respond to Aatrox and Lee Sin up there. Here we go. Too little, too late.
As well as Clid moved up towards the top side of the map, but they're not able to stop this unstoppable force of Duke as well as Ning. Slowly chipping away at this inhibitor turret. That's going to give IG some time to push the bottom lane down, but they don't even care. And Rookie is rotating over.
The difficulty is that JD's composition really thrives when they're together as a unit as well. And with Invictus Gaming splitting up the map, it's not just hard to take care of all of these bleeding pressure points on the map, but ultimately you need to be together to do something, and they can't get in line.
Which means a really good read coming out of Invictus Gaming against JD's competition, splitting apart the team, making them run around the map, drawing more resources when they try to take down the inhibitor. Now pulling 4 members back towards bottom side of the map. JD looking like they want to go for the engage. Lumel trying to threaten the jump in.
Oh, Clid?
Rookie in some trouble. Clid gets locked down. He's not even going to be able to pull someone backwards. Zoom trying to pop the ultimate. He takes too much himself. Balan knocks back Yagao and gives Rookie time to take down the top laner for JD. They're pushing towards the Nexus.
And this feels like this will be the series possibly, unless JD can pull up the miracle save right now. But here they go.
They're piling on in though, Frosker. The toothpaste has been squeezed out. JD retreat towards their fountain. IG already on top of the Nexus. They're playing with their food at the moment. A kill gets picked up by Loka, but not for long. Ning dives into the fountain. Lumel finally gets some of his revenge, but Duke forces the rest of the team back. Finally, these Nexus turrets are going to fall. IG have to take down this Nexus to win the game, and they will be able to do just that. Only Clid and Lumel left alive. Game 1 looked promising. Game 2 a bit shaky, but they clean up Game 3. They take the first match of the LPL Summer Split.
And you got a smorgasbord of all the different types of metas you could have wanted. We had the crazy stuff, we had the standard stuff, and then we had stock standard, late game versus early game. And I think the definitive takeaway from this series is that, yes, Invictus Gaming are the classier team. We expected that, but you must play early game. You have to play fast. Even if you don't do it with the weird champions, with the bruisers, with the crazy stuff, you must do it for the snowball and the objective control.
Something's got to give, and IG, they picked up Game 1 here for Oscar, and they could try and look for an undefeated season. Something that they tried to go for last split, but losing Game 1 meant they could never. We haven't seen the Shy come back yet. IG did look a little bit shaky, especially in Game number 2, but they have the potential to rebuild to the dynasty of the team they were last split.
The scary thing is that, yes, this was a series about JD versus Invictus Gaming, but we're in the era of the LPL where it's about the 3 kingdoms. It's Edward Gaming, Royal Never Give Up, and Invictus Gaming. And IG can't have these types of cracks. They need to fix their team fighting. Jackie and Balan need to control their 2v2 bot side. Either getting more cautious, communication, whatever it is, but there's still a lot of threads that the top teams can start to pull apart, especially if a young team like JD were just so successful as they were.
there are a lot of questions about the new meta and the big changes for the patch throwing off teams. We've seen it before. Teams have gone to international events, won the tournament, come back and have not been able to adapt to the meta well. IG seem to have had a good read on this patch so far. From what we saw in Game 1 and 3, it was great. Game 2, they tried to match JD, not so much, and that question is still going to be posed to all the other teams like RNG and even EDG. Can they adapt to this chaotic meta the way IG seem to have in 1 and 3, and they seem to thrive in this chaotic meta as well?
It's also just about giving the teeth back to Rookie. You know, it was no longer the Lulu mid lanes. Yeah, you got a Vladimir in there, but it's a different animal when you hover the Yasuo, the crowd wants to see it, it goes into Jaculov's hands, but that's fine, because you reward them with the LeBlanc.
Different animal, but the same beast. Still Rookie anyway, still have the Assassin playing, although there was size that he wasn't going to be picking up the Yasuo going into that mid lane. The crowd was incredibly excited once he started getting solo kill after solo kill.
But you just want Invictus Gaming to stop relying so much on their brawn and rely more on their brain. You know, they need to outsmart the top tier opponents. They need to have that versatility not just in their own skill set and their champion pools, but in how they're actually playing the map, how they play these team fights. Invictus Gaming, they're contenders, but they want to be champions.
And that's something that Rookie has been talking about. Their coach staff is trying to change that playstyle, but we still saw the regular aggressiveness in Game 1 and 3 to pick up the win for IG. To break down that series, let's send it back to the analyst desk.
Thank you, guys. And honestly, it felt like heading into that Game 3, IG just stopped pulling their punches because that game was over incredibly quickly heading out of that laning phase. And it may have actually been over early on. Clement, you were talking to me before we were heading into this game. You actually felt that JD were actually going to take it, and it's going to be based on the picks and bans. So talk me through what happened.
Well, I felt like I had the right prediction. IG did not want to fight the 2v2 mid and jungle. And if you look at the bans, they actually penta-ban, excuse me, Clid, just to make sure he had nothing for the early game to actually contest. And they switched over to red side, which is really important, so that they could get the counter pick for the LeBlanc matchup into the Zoe for Rookie. So those were the key things that really swung the meta and again showcased how important mid-jungle synergy is on 8.11.
And all of it was based around draft. What was the answer to the Zoe specifically that I was mentioning? I thought the Yasuo was going to get banned, and then when Yasuo got first pick, I was like, Rookie.
I think everyone did.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, yeah.
The disappointment. But at the same time, intrigue, because the LeBlanc coming through was awesome to see. And of course, Abel-esque, because Abel played in the Demacia Cup. You see Yasuo coming into the bottom lane. It was fun to see the team fight mixture, but primarily the 2v2 strength coming in from Invictus Gaming in the mid lane. I would love to see a lot more of this because there's a reason why Rookie was snowballing.
So is
he was able to take a lot of advantage.
Is that what the future looks like then? Because we've kind of we went in the deep end definitely in Game 1 with JD. We saw like more standard from IG in that first game, and now we kind of saw like a mix and match of kind of both. Is this what it's going to look like here on for the rest of the week in week 1 of the LPL?
I'm going to make a prediction right here. I don't think we're going to see a gold graph that has a fold back unless there's a Baron Steal. I don't think that happens without a Baron Steal. Yeah, it's only about half as you accelerate. That's pretty much it. There's only one direction, and it goes incredibly fast. And there's a lot of things that do contribute to this meta right here. And if you look at today, no defensive team has actually won. Whoever takes Scuttle then gets a lot of gold, gets a lot of experience, and Baron's so easy to take down right now. So the way things are looking, I think it's going to be like gold graphs are either this or this.
Let's stay on the topic of acceleration. Raz, I mean, you were really just focusing on how Rookie was playing that early game because you're absolutely right. We didn't see the Yasuo in the mid lane, but we did see the LeBlanc, and it was actually a lot of roaming to match that.
And just because it starts with the matchup mid, LeBlanc does quite well versus the Zoe, especially if the 2v2 comes in their favor. So Lee Sin was paying a lot of attention mid lane. They were getting a lot of control wards there to just at least free her from the lane. Even Battleland roaming mid lane, so they had strong control wards bottom side, but it started top side. So Mundo was a primary point of concern because that's an Aatrox in the lane. That's an easy dive every single time. Like, he has ulti, he just auto-attacks you. He's like, all right, well, he's going to revive. How long can I play this out? It's like, not long enough because there's a lot of burst. So Rookie had the snowball because he went top side, got the kill, top side, got the kill, bottom side, was able to make a lot happen. And so he had a lot of kills for himself where he was just able to bully the squishiest members.
And we saw that in the bottom lane as well. That triple kill was really just where the game broke open, and from there it was just like kill after kill after kill, and it was all about those skirmishes, Clement.
Yeah, a lot of the mistakes coming out from Zune. Both of his teleports did absolutely nothing and actually cost him the lane. The second triple kill you were talking about, he actually teleported ahead of the fight and had to cancel it because he knew he wouldn't accomplish anything. So Jingdong, once again, a young team, a lot of individual plays that they do need to patch up, and this is something we didn't see last season was Jingdong being able to come back. That has never happened. They do need to find tenacity for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, that was definitely adding insult to injury there, but I feel like the game may have already been like falling out of control at that point. But it does obviously contribute to a team where you want to be able to have that comeback power. Maybe not in the same way that like BLG was like they were always on the back foot, so everyone win would be a comeback story, but you want to be able to come back into that one. We are going to take a quick break, however, don't go anywhere, because we will be coming up very shortly with this guy interviewing Ning.
Hello everyone, I'm Clement Chu, and with me here is the Game 1 MVP IG's Ning. Ning, 你可以跟大家打声招呼吗？
大家好，我是来自大印尼。
So the first question I have for you is that, of course, the playoffs was a bit rough for you guys. It's been a month. It's great to see you guys back here. Can you talk about what IG has improved over the offseason, and how are you guys going to look to dominate further on? 我第一个想问你的问题是我们都知道季后赛其实对 IG 而言算是有一点就打得并不是特别的好这样子。那我们也非常开心可以看到你们这一季又新回来了。我们想问一下，你们在这1个月的过程当中，大概是加强了 IG 的哪一些方面？然后你们要怎么这样继续载至 LPL？
我觉得我们季后赛输更多的是因为我们经验不足吧。然后就这个，我们这个夏季赛就我们要做好准备，就是应对一切就是我们可能没见过的套路，然后加强我们的经验，然后争取夏季赛就取得更好成绩吧。
So Ning's answer was about playoffs. It was mainly about the lack of experience. So we are making more preparations. We are doing more research into builds that we might not have seen before. And it's just about getting our experience level off there. Off the back of that question, I would like to ask you how you guys reacted to Game 1. Because we're the first major region to start on patch 8.11. And we did see the double Targons and the Shyvana Mordekaiser coming out from that. That's also all over solo queue right now. What is your typical answer to that type of a composition? 那第二个问题的话，想问就是说，你们刚刚也聊到说要增加队伍的经验，要面对一些没有看过的一个战术。那第一局的时候，其实你们就遇到这个问题，就是对面的话，我们看到牙膏带的是这个圣物之盾，2个圣物之盾这样子打。那最近韩服其实也非常流行这样的一个这样子一个打法，这样。那我想问一下，一般而言的话，要怎么样去应对这样子的中野组合？
这个也不说就怎么，我觉得这个就是看临场，就是你们用来怎么应对，没有什么那种一定的就是要这样打。然后，因为韩服战斗也比较多了嘛，然后就多少稍微就是会打一点。然后我们第一场就是说能那么顺利赢下来，可能就是感觉我们运气稍微好一点，然后就那么顺利的赢下来了。
So Ning says it is more about adapting on the fly at that point. It doesn't really, it's not like they come up with a set thing and you already have a set answer prepared for them. And also the Koreans are trying so many things, it's really difficult to keep track of that. The final question for you is that, this is a big patch, it's 8.11, there's so many crazy things. Can you reveal to us, like personally, what do you like most about this patch? 最后一个问题就是我想问，就是我们801刚开了这样子，然后有很多非常疯狂的战术，你自己个人的话，你最喜欢哪一套战术？然后可以跟我们讲为什么吗？
我觉得还是就是，就我觉得现在最强可能就是牛头、亚索走下路吧，然后其他我觉得还是就是跟8.10就是比较常规，然后英雄的话可能要做一些改变，我觉得就是亚索跟牛头这个点可能会强一点。
但是你自己其实不玩这一条线的这样子，但你是很喜欢跟他们去做搭配吗？
没有，因为我也玩，但是就是没有玩那么。但是你见的多了，你会觉得这个好猛，就是这样。
Okay, so Ning's answer is that his favorite broken thing about 8.11 is the Yasuo and Alistar combination in the bot lane, and he did say that he actually likes playing this combination himself quite a bit. We heard Rookie talk about this as well. He actually asked Ballen to play mid for him, so he could basically blast people in the bottom lane with Jackie Love. So thank you so much for your time, Ning, here, and don't go anywhere. We're going to come back with BLG versus Vici.